Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just wanna mourn and run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. We are helping you see the new you. This is Lahoylahoy streaming from San Jose, California.
And this is Heidi Lumaino streaming live from Metro Cebu. You're watching Money and More.
Hello everybody and welcome to Money and More. I'm glad to have you here tonight. It's a very special episode tonight. Kumusta kayo dyan, Heidi?
Yes, we're good here, Sunny. Mayong gabi sa tanan nga nanaw karon in the US, in Asia, Hong Kong, Dubai, no. Those are the countries that we have avid followers, and we have a very good day today. Though it's very hot. It started at with a heavy rain in the morning, but
Mm.
nung bandang hapon hanggang gabi na ang init.
Yeah.
Grabe. Feel na namin yung summer dito, Sunny.
Yes, it is the start
Good
of the
about
merry month of May. So summer na dyan.
Mary.
It's the middle of spring here, so naging maganda ang weather. And
Yeah.
very good news coming from the from the pandemic. Na
Mhm.
the CDC has released new guidelines that if you're fully vaccinated with the 2 shots, then you are allowed, no, to go in public without a face mask. Although,
Sa inyo?
mhm,
Wow.
yeah, although kung if you're indoors, kailangan pa rin, no? Pero in public, no, outdoors, pwede na, as long as you are fully vaccinated. And
Wow.
very good news that the US has hit the 100 million vaccines, no, in less than 2 months.
That's great.
In 2 months, so we're on our way to an economic recovery now. So we're seeing
Mhm.
already maybe the end of this pandemic. Although globally, no, it's still going on, no, in India and
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
India. So mga kapatid natin dyan sa India and
Let's pray for them.
right. But very interesting for tonight, na, because all of this is tied up to ano, to economics, and especially if
Mhm.
the US begins its recovery, then maybe the entire world now will be on its way as well. Yeah,
Agree.
right.
Attached to that, no, ang daming mga investments na ngayon na
Mm,
nagra-run, no, and one of those is yung pag-invest ng real estate. And we have
mhm,
a very interesting topic tonight kasi yon ang maraming questions na natatanggap natin kung
mm,
is this a good time to invest in real property? And
mm.
we're very privileged tonight, Sunny,
Yeah,
to have a couple, no, who are co-founders of the company that they have built na
mm,
very unique, no. I just learned na ganitong type of company
mm.
na yung real property and legal services into one, di ba? Very
Yeah,
interesting. Now,
yeah. Before we
I'd,
introduce them,
Mhm.
before
Yes.
we introduce them, we'd like to um, invite our viewers, no, to join us in
Ay,
TNC's 1 year
tama. Yeah.
anniversary, right?
We're
In
very
TNC,
excited for that.
this merry month of May, all right, we are going to have a 7 day, 1 week, no, live streaming of shows and more, starting from May 9 to 15 of 2021, and 24-hour non-stop live stream. Good God. All right, 15 on May 15. Join us po, no? In the new channel with one remarkable celebration, one community, a hashtag
Wow.
one TNC year. So abangan po natin yan.
Yes.
And for the show,
You join that event kasi ang daming mga
mm,
fun and surprises, mga raffle, no, na hinahanda yung TNC, and we will be giving them a very good show.
right.
24 hours non-stop yan, no.
Right. So
So
kung galing kayo sa work ninyo, no, and it ends at 2 a.m., panoorin nyo. Okay, go to the TNC, nandiyon. May mga shows po na that will be streaming. And if
yeah.
you like our show here and Money and More, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe dun sa and click on the buttons below. All right.
All
So
right.
you're saying
Now,
na
to
yung
introduce our guest for tonight, I'm very excited sa topic kasi ako personally, meron ako mga questions sa kanya, and I'm pretty sure our
right.
audience sa kanila and our audience would also have
Mm-mm.
questions for them too. So, to start with the pretty lady, she's an AB Mascom graduate from University of San Jose Recoletos. She has 9 years experience in sales and marketing. She's the Currently, she's the sales and marketing supervisor at the Majestic Legacy Home Development Corporation, and also serves as the event and banquet coordinator for the Majestic Legacy Home and Development Corporation Resorts and Restaurants. She's the co-founder of J&J Property and Legal Services.
Okay.
While the other one, yung dashing debonair natin, is a BS Biology graduate from Cebu Doctors University, pero nag-law school sa University of San Jose Recoletos. Ang layo, no, Sunny? He was an associate partner of Leo B. Canaris Law Office with a 10-year general legal practitioner. He's a 10-year legal practitioner, and also the co-founder of J&J Property and Legal Services. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Juvy Lahoylahoy and Attorney Jose Marie Niñal.
Hi,
Hello,
Maayong
everyone.
gabi!
mayong gabi sa
Mayong
tanang
gabi.
viewers.
Good evening,
Good evening.
everyone.
Hello, good evening.
Daghang
Glad to have you on the
salamat.
show.
Yes.
We're very happy to have you here, Attorney JM and Ma'am Juvy. Kumusta naman po kayo? How are you guys?
We're all good. All good. Thank you so much. I'm excited for having us here sa show. And we're excited na to share to ang mga, and also interesting the questions that you will be
The
having.
very unique services. Excited sa kuan inyong very unique services.
Right. So, na-introduce ka mo ni Heidi. You were introduced in Heidi. Ni Heidi. But tell us a little bit more about yourself. Now, introduce yourselves to our non-Cebuano viewers.
I'm an attorney Jose Marie Niñal. I've been a legal practitioner for almost 10 years now. We founded J&J around last year, August 2020. We brainstormed the idea that real property and real property concerns are interconnected with the legal aspect or the legal side of the purchasing or the selling of the property. So we combined our two professions into one. So that's it. That's how we came up with our company, G&G Property Legal Services.
Yeah. Yun nga, sabi ko nga, very interesting kasi the other Juvy is an expert in the real property management and brokerage, while si attorney naman has the expertise sa legal services. So, ang ganda kasi definitely there are a lot of home buyers nowadays na hindi alam yung mga fine prints in buying a property, especially yung mga first timers. What about you, Juvy? Can you tell us more about yourself?
Okay. Hello, everyone again. So my name is Juvy, and I've been into sales and marketing for 9 years now, and also I've been into at the same time I'm currently working for Majestic Legacy as sales and marketing supervisor. At the same time, I'm also handling the events and banquets in the resorts and hospitality management. So being in J&J Property and Legal Services, so we combine it into one nga, kumbaga, and then we consider our company as a one-stop shop, not only to our first-time home buyers, but also to other clients who would be interested to have or to take advantage sa mga services namin. And since we're not only also handling like real estate, we also handle like real properties, especially sa processing of documents, sort of like that.
Okay. Yeah,
Diba?
that's exactly that, no? Kasi there's we know that there's a lot of paperwork involved, no? So in purchasing real property. That's why tonight is a very interesting topic, and many of our viewers, and it's something that many of our viewers are interested about, no? What do I need to know, no? As a first-time buyer, if I'm going to buy my first property, whether it's residential, no? Buying my first home, what do I need to know? But first, let me ask you, no? Can you give us an update on the real estate market, no, during this time, and especially what's happened during the pandemic, no? Is it what is happening? What happened? What is happening? Right? Is it a good time? No.
Yes, that's a very interesting question, no? Considering that a lot of people right now are parang like what's happening right now is actually an eye opener to everyone. Like what's the essence of investing into real estate. So basically, when the pandemic started last 2020, we can't deny the fact that some of the mortgage lenders were being affected. Of course, home buyers and homeowners, they have to make an alternative to make a payment arrangement sa developer or sa bank. And unfortunately, due to furlough, there's a lot of people, or let's say employees, are affected. And also, when the lockdown started, the developers, the surveyors, they were forbidden to go on site tours, to go on viewings. So it really affected a lot. But fortunately, we really tried hard for real estate market. When the market reopens, I could say in my personal experience that, and inquiries, that there are lots of demands and inquiries, especially the office and residential, despite the expectations on the contrary. And also, there is a forecast to grow 9% every 5 years, according to the Philippine outsourcing market. And in addition to that, prices have been doubled. Prices have been doubled, drop digits. Talagang a lot of developers right now are giving friendly payment schemes to our buyers, especially the pre-selling
properties,
projects. And there is also a high demand for vacant offices, lots, and commercial spaces.
Yeah. So you were talking about the real estate industry per se, no? Na it has already starting to come back.
Yes.
The market is starting to pick up, but what I would want to ask also is on the side of the buyer or the clients, na yung mga nakakakuha na ng loan prior to the pandemic. I'm pretty sure si attorney ang makakapag-answer nito, kasi we know that there are a lot of people who were affected by the pandemic. A lot of those were no longer working right now kasi they have been they were already they don't no longer have companies to work with dahil nagsara na, especially so yung mga OFW workers natin na hindi na nakakabalik sa kanilang mga trabaho outside the country. So what happens to the loan nila, yung in mortgage? I know that there has been a bayanihan law, but based on a personal experience, parang hindi siya natutulungan yung mga mortgagees. In fact, mas nape-pressure sila ngayon. So,
you're correct
ano
on
yung
that.
scenario?
Yeah, you're correct on that point that the Bayanihan Act, the Republic Act 11469, or the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act, it helped the those persons obtain loans from the banks, salary loans. You're given a reprieve of around 30 days to to recuperate their income, and to basically a 30-day grace period that they won't be paying their monthly installments or loans. But prior to the pandemic, or prior to the enactment of the Bayanihan Act, there was already a law protecting the buyers in case of the default of their installment payments, particularly the Maceda law. If I'm sure that Ma'am Heidi is familiar with that, Republic Act 6552, the Maceda law, which protects the buyers of real property, especially those if you purchased your property through an installment plan. So even before the pandemic, there is already this law protecting the buyers in case they defaulted in their payments. So what basically the law gives them to at least two options. They can either avail of the refund, or the avail of the grace period as provided by the law to help them catch up with their installment payments. So to recuperate their income, to recover their losses. So eventually, the law is pro-buyer law that will help them obtain their dream property through an easy to reach installment plan.
Okay. All right. So very
Okay,
interesting
that's
yan.
good to know, no?
Oh,
But
well,
not a lot of people know about that.
Yes,
Oh.
actually, if you think about it, there are two laws which pertains to the protection of the buyer when it comes to properties bought in installment. One is the recto law, which which concerns the purchase of personal property, the movable properties like your car, anything aside from anything other than the real property or the land. So we have the Maceda law, which I discussed earlier, which talks about the protection of the buyer when it comes to the defaulting of installment payments. So basically, not every new buyer knows this laws that actually protect them in case they were late or they were not able to pay in time.
all right. Yeah, there are plenty of things that happened during the pandemic. Na a lot of adjustments were made. No, I know for some, no, like the mga developers, no, during the early stages of the pandemic, na they put on hold, no, yung mga payments, no, for those who are not able to pay, parang ganun, no. So there was a grace period, as you mentioned, no. Well, that's for existing home buyers, no, those who already have the property, no. But for tonight, we're gonna talk about a lot more, no, about if I'm a first-time home buyer, what do I need to do? So, so thinking about that, no, if I'm going to buy my first property, first and foremost, how do I know that I'm ready to buy? No, kasi alam mo, buying a house kasi is a major commitment, no? Buying a house is a major commitment, pero pangarap din ng maraming Pilipino, no, na magkabahay sila. Maybe right now they're renting. Maybe they have the dream of buying their first house. So how do I know if I am ready to buy my first house?
I'll give the floor to you.
How do you know if you're ready to buy?
Oh.
Okay, but first things first
Sige,
is,
go.
before you will purchase a property, ito yung advice ko to everyone.
All right.
Before
Sige.
you purchase a property is you must find your licensed real estate salesperson or broker. So
Okay.
why is it important to have one? So whether you're purchasing a property through developer or a unit owner per se, why is it important to have a licensed real estate salesperson? It's because number one, kumbaga, they are the person who will walk you through the process, which you are not familiar with in the real estate market. So, and we know that a lot of people desire talaga to have, something that we call our own, diba? So, but the problem usually arises, especially some challenges like paperwork that needs to be done. So, having the right real estate salesperson will evaluate the worth of the property for you. So that's when you would know, okay, kaya ko na pala to have one.
Okay.
And then they will also determine how much you can afford.
Okay.
Kasi pag wala sila to give you advice, you will have this hanging question, kaya ko ba talaga mag-monthly payment? Diba?
Right.
So, and number 3, kaya mo or ready na ako mag-purchase or I'm ready now to buy a property if I can already make the 20% down payment.
Okay.
That's where the that's where the salesperson come in kasi nga sila yung nag-a-advise. And then, fourth one is that if you're ready also to set up a property fund, that would be great. Kasi doon mo makukuha yung sa monthly equity mo. And then also, you're also ready if you're ready na to look ways to cut off your daily expenses or your daily expenditure so that you can save more towards actualizing your investment goals. So that's what I could say na, okay, kaya ko na pala. Kasi sometimes we are, especially the young ones ngayon, we tend to like living, YOLO, or we only live once. Tapos we don't know how to set financially bitaw the like investing the right one na someday makikita natin na meron tayong let's say ROI or return of investment.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. What a lot of people doesn't know, no, yung mga first-time investors is that most of the time they are parang na-encourage sila with a very low equity. Diba? Yung 20%. They do not
Yeah.
realize that when the time comes, when the real mortgage comes in, it's actually 40 to 50% more than the equity that you have. And when they realize that, nawawala na yung property kasi hindi na nila kayang bayaran. So these are the things that, first-time buyers should know also.
So that's an interesting one because I would also like to add up that if
Go
you're
ahead.
a first-time home buyer, it's better to get pre-approved first. Kasi I want to have that I want to break that misconception in today's competitive market when they say na okay, we will have evaluate. Pagtapos ka nang nagbayad ng 20% down payment, that's when you found out that you're not qualified for a bank loan or a pag-ibig loan. So it would be better if you would get at least pre-approved 3 to 4 months how to set your budget para maka-adjust ka accordingly based on your income and then your credit history. And then you can do that by visiting your banks or pag-ibig to have to be pre-qualified, and then that's when you found out na ma-adjust mo yung price range mo. Ma-adjust mo yung budget mo based sa price range ng real estate or ng property.
I would like to add just with respect to the application of the pag-ibig loan or the bank loan. Some of the new buyers are actually are obliged by the bank or the pag-ibig to show their financial capability if they can afford to pay off the loan over time, because
yes.
one of the requirements is that of course you have to if you have bank accounts or if you have business, you have to show your certificate of employment, your income tax return,
right,
your existing bank accounts, and what is the present balance or fund inside the bank, because these are the things that are being evaluated by the financial institution if you are qualified for the loan that you are planning to get or to acquire, because you might have an expectation that I'll be approved of a loan worth 1 million, but in fact and in reality, after the evaluation, you only get like 800,000 or 700,000. So you have
to shell out
300,000. So where can I get that 300,000? So it's better to, before purchasing property, you have to set realistic expectations that are actually easily attained, or if there are risks, the risks are minimum.
Correct.
So pwede pala yon, Juvy, na magpa-pre-approve ka?
I've never heard of that, pero
na, while you have not yet paid the equity, so pwede pala yung magpa-pre-approve ka from the bank?
Based on my experience, possible, because you would know how much the interest rate would be. If you try to check in the bank. Like I've encountered a lot of clients, they would ask me like, how much would be the expected monthly if I pay via bank or via pag-ibig. So basically, they already have a sample computation of the interest rate.
Right.
forecast nila, this is how much I'm gonna be paying, if I'm gonna pay for 30 years, for 25 years, that would be possible.
So
interesting because
meaning
yeah,
parang magtanong kung more or less magkano yung
kung magkano
magiging amortization. Okay.
Amortization mo per month.
yeah, it's actually pretty interesting because um a lot of the, let's say, backlog or nagiging problema sa pagbayad after the equity, no, after the
Yes.
initial down payment would be
Correct.
would be applying for these loans, no. And well, I certainly had some problems there as well, and diba? I say I had some problems there because we had to go to different
Yeah,
banks
kasi
after the
sometimes, no,
equity.
the
Kaya
equity,
medyo panic mode na ako noon, no.
yes.
Pero
And there is a duration na kailangan mo siyang i-comply, di ba?
yeah,
After the
exactly.
equity period. And
After the
kasi
equity period.
most of the time, yung equity, siguro, let's say, 15,000, 17,000 lang yung equity mo for the next 24 months or 36 months. But after that, it will balloon already to 24 to 26,000.
40,
Di
ganun,
ba?
no?
Yun ang yun ang hindi alam ng clients na after the equity, doon na magsisimula talaga kung yung mga bayarin na hindi mo inakalang ganon siya kalaki. Dahil, based on experience, what I know of, the principal is different from the interest rate when you already loan it in the bank. Hindi siya parang 1 million minus the 500,000 that you have already amortized. Yun na yun. But no, iba pa yung interest na mas malaki pa sa principal.
Right.
That's what I have learned about it. And talagang I was saying, for people who doesn't know how it works, talagang parang nakakadismaya. Sorry for the word.
Pero yeah, that's actually a good tip, no? Get yourself pre-approved. Very interesting topic. Very interesting yung discussion natin, no? If you have comments or questions for our guests, you can type them in, no, at the comment box below, and we will in the comment section below, and we will relay it to our guests. But for now, we'll have more of this conversation, no, with Attorney JM and Juvy when we come back from our commercial break. All right, welcome back. We are inviting you to watch all our shows live and on replays, such as U-Turn, TNC The Talk, Awesome Day, The Home Buyer, The Puppet Stories, Mondays at 5:30 p.m. The Big Picture, Mondays to Fridays at 7:15 with Lloyd Luna. The Millennial Voice, Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Foreign Affairs, Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. HR Hotline, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 12 noon. Moving on Business, Well Home, Tuesdays at 5:30. Mental Shift, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. USA. Wednesdays and Fridays, 10:30 a.m. Philippines. And Cybernext. Check out our page on Facebook or YouTube by searching hashtag TNC Now. Enjoy these inspiring shows because we made them for you. All right. Okay, welcome back to the show, and thank you for watching. To everybody who's watching, especially to Mr. Jordan Ho, thank you for watching. To everybody else, if you have questions for our guests, we have Attorney JM Niñal and Juvy Lahoylahoy to talk about buying your first property. Welcome back. All
Thanks
right.
for having us.
So magandang ang topic natin, no? So if I'm a first-time home buyer, your advice, Ma'am Juvy, the first thing that I need to do is to deal with a licensed real estate agent. Tama po ba?
And to assess
Actually
your
true.
finances kung kaya mo bang
Ah.
bumili ng property.
That's actually the best advice ever, no? Because dapat nga talaga regulated ang real estate market this way, no? And
Yes.
it's always a good idea to deal with the experts, especially people who have years of experience, no? The ins and outs of the business, no? Having a licensed real estate agent will allow you some leverage, no, to see if you're qualified. Number one, no, qualified ka ba, no, to buy, no, this major life-changing event. Life-changing, I will say, because when you buy your first property, magbabago yung finances mo. Tama ba?
Yeah.
Of course.
Diba? You have maybe you budgeted it already, but when it comes to the reality, no, talagang it's a commitment. It's a long-term commitment that can affect your finances. All right. So
Right.
And for
Okay.
Filipinos, Sunny, di ba? Yun talaga ang number one goal ng mga Pinoy to
Oh, yeah.
have their
To
own
have-
property.
Yeah, I remember
Yes.
this old commercial sa unsa to na di bale mag-asin basta magkasariling bahay or something like that, no? Kahit na magutom or
Anong taon yan?
I
Parang
don't
hindi
know.
pala yata.
2 o'clock.
Wala pa yata ako.
Fun yata yun, eh. I think it's a commercial for one of the Villar properties. But anyway, parang sinasabi na okay lang nang magutom basta may sariling bahay. Tama ba?
Oh, talaga.
Magutom basta may sariling bahay. Kasi, it's a as we said, no, it's a dream, no, for many people.
Yeah, but
Oh.
really, no, talking
Mhm.
about that, in the financial industry, financial planning, we were taught, no, by our mentors na if you don't have the capacity to pay in cash the property, then do not buy a property. Yun ang tinuro ng isa ng mga mentors namin. Kasi, yun nga, ang mahirap dyan, if and when the time comes na wala ka na ibabayad sa equity mo or sa amortization mo, sayang yung pinaghirapan mo.
Right. Okay. So, very interesting pa rin. We're still in that topic now. What else should I prepare for, if I'm a first-time home buyer? Ano bang what else should I prepare for para hindi ko makurat or I won't be shocked na all right? So, yan ako real estate agent, all right? I already scouted the property, all right?
May
And,
information fee ka na.
Yes.
and I love that. Okay, what else? What else do I need to know?
Yeah, so to set the expectation, if you're a first-time home buyer, number one is, okay, you already have your agent.
Mhm.
Now, the next question is, what kind of property do you want? So
Okay.
based on the financial aspect, based on your budget, of course, your real estate agent will be the one to offer you a various project based sa requirement mo and based sa financial aspect. So to set your expectation, we have the reservation fee.
Okay.
And then after the reservation fee, that's the standard reservation fee pala is 20,000.
Standard.
No.
Okay.
Most developers.
Yeah, most developers, 20,000. 20
Pero
days,
non-refundable yan, di ba?
non-refundable, non-transferable.
Valid for
Hmm.
30 days.
30 days,
30
yes.
days.
30 days, yeah.
30
Alright,
days.
sige.
Valid for 30
So you
days
have
yan.
all the time for 30 days to either back out or to proceed with the purchase.
That's why it's very important to choose the right property talaga na feel mo nga, this is it, no backing out. Kasi if you also have that mentality na hindi ko kaya, so walang mangyayari. So that's
Okay.
why we are here to help you, to offer you a various project na kaya based sa requirement ng budget mo.
Okay.
Yep.
So after 30%, after reservation fee, we have, that's why the 20% down payment comes in. So,
Okay.
yung 20% natin, that's stretchable. Kung pre-selling, when we say pre-selling, is that ongoing pa yung construction ng building or
Okay.
yung mga subdivision. So, usually, when it's pre-selling period, the payment scheme is stretched into 24 to 36 months.
Okay.
Then, after paying the 20% down payment, that's where the Pag-ibig o the loan, you start to pay na. Upon approval of your loan.
Approval.
And then to set the expectations, we also have what we call the move-in fee. So it's applicable both
Okay.
condominium and subdivisions.
Alright, sige.
Yun ang hindi din alam ng iba.
Oh, no.
Yes.
What? No.
Bakit
Ah,
kailangan magbayad na magta-transfer ako sa bahay ko? Babayaran ko pa.
Babayaran ko pa.
Ah.
Alright, sige.
So parang they have this misconception na why do you have so many hidden charges? No, it's not hidden charges. Probably because you were not just set the expectations. So, in my end, I set the expectations. Okay, after natin, this is how it goes. Meron tayong tinatawag na move-in fee. So, move-in fee, every developer has move-in fee, both condominiums and subdivisions. It's a one-time payment.
Okay.
So, what are the usual breakdowns of move-in fee? Ano ba yan? Baka hidden charges na naman yan.
Okay.
No, you're actually paying for the water meter,
Okay.
the electric meter. Kung subdivision, we have this one-time payment na homeowners.
Okay.
Homeowners Association, it's a one-time payment of fee. And then, same with condominium as well. So, those are the breakdown of the move-in fees.
And to avoid being, being shocked with the hidden fees, of course, on the legal side, it's best that when you are faced with the contract to sell, which is the usual legal document that both parties enter after, of course, paying the reservation fee, and you already decided to go and purchase that particular property. Usually the developers will prepare an already drafted or prepared contract to sell, of course, with the personal details left blank. So what is the use of the contract to sell? So contract to sell is a legal document that embodies the terms and stipulations or the agreement between the developer or the owner and the buyer. He or she may be, they are entering the contract to sell, the CTS for short. So that is why if you're faced with that legal document, it's better that you have to consult a lawyer first to explain to you the fine prints of the terms and conditions. So you won't be shocked by any of the hidden charges or the time period in which you have to pay this certain fee. And of course, if you're clear with everything, with all the terms and stipulation, that is the time that you sign the document, and also the developer, or the authorized representative or the owner of the property will also sign the document, and it will eventually be notarized and becomes a legal public document. So those are one of the processes that you have to go through when purchasing a property.
Okay, so marami palang steps, no?
Yes, and after you have already fully paid the purchase price, that's when the deed of absolute sale comes in. So that's the parang kumbaga the ultimate document or the last document that the parties will execute to signify that the purchase price has already been fully paid. And of course, you'll get the title of the property, be it a condominium unit or a residential unit, whatever it may be. So that's one of the legal documents that you have in your possession to as a proof that you actually paid off fully the purchase price.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Ang daming mga legalities na dapat tingnan.
Yes.
Di ba?
It's actually confusing to
When
new
I'm a,
buyers.
when I'm a new property buyer, ang alam ko lang kung magkano yung equity at
Yes.
saka paano mag-apply ng loan. Yun lang. Others, na alam. And that is something unique about the company that they have built in that they have started, Sunny, and we will be talking more about that later, no? Kasi parang as Juvy was saying kanina, para siyang one-stop shop. Diba? So
yeah, so I already have a licensed agent. I sold the property. Maganda siya. I like the location. I did all the paperwork. It's ready na.
according to the budget,
According to the budget. Yung ganun. It was pre-selling during that time. No? So, okay siya. And then, let's say, how long ba yung development? Let's say 1 or 2 years before the unit
depends.
pre-selling? Depende, di ba?
Yes,
I'll
it
say 2
depends.
years later. Let's say 2 years later, nandyan na yung unit. Right? And then, all of a sudden, the unit that was presented in paper na napakaganda was not did not meet
Different.
your expectations, all right? Ano ba ang kuha natin dyan? Baka what is the take of the law, if that's the case, no? But we'll do that when we come back. Diba? Na-deliver na yung unit na parang hindi yata ito ang pinag-usapan natin. Okay, so what does the law provide in terms of protection in case of misrepresentation? And we'll do that when we come back from this commercial.
More amazing and informative shows to watch on the new channel like Healthline, Couple Goals, Win Within Wednesdays, Market Leader ULO Thursdays, Negosyo at Home Fridays, Tech U TNC Marketplace Fridays and Saturdays, Danny Art Show, After Shift, Women at Work, COVID Stories, The Family Business, Usapang Beauty, The Fourth Project. Catch also our TNC specials, One Day, TNC Arena, TNC PressCon, and TNC Town Hall every Saturdays, 7 p.m., co-hosted by TNC founders, Mr. Lloyd Luna and Apple Manansala. It is where we talk to you, our valued audience, and we have also more upcoming shows to follow. And watch TNC now on Facebook and YouTube. Allow your passion to inspire you, and together let us see the new you. And of course, don't forget Money and More every Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. Philippine time and 5:30 a.m. US time.
All right.
Ayan.
All right. Well, welcome back to the show, no? We are back with attorney JM Niñal and Juvy Lahoylahoy. All right, and we left them with an interesting question, right? What protections do the law provide, no, in case, no, what the developer promised is not what was delivered? Was it a case of
Mm-hmm.
misrepresentation? Is there any consumer protection? How can we protect the consumers or the buyers from situations like this?
Yeah. Pwede bang
Okay.
mabawi yung equity na binayad nila?
Actually, you can do that because as discussed earlier,
Okay.
the Maceda law, which I mentioned, it protects the buyer from the default of installment payments. But when it comes to the seller's fault, wherein they did not follow the approved plans and the uh, buyer was misled into buying the property that was not to his or her expectations. And one thing, if the development is beyond the timetable of the actual completion of the project,
Okay.
Presidential Decree number 957 uh, gives the buyer the protection or the right to forfeit their payment when it comes to those situations. So still, the buyer is still protected from the misrepresentation or the inadequacy of the seller, the owner or the developer of the property.
Mm-hmm. Pero may alam ako,
How does
attorney,
that
na
work? Okay.
3 years delayed yung
Yes.
turnover.
Yes.
Pero walang naghahabol.
Actually, one of the requisites that needs to be complied by the law is you have to furnish a written notice to the owner or the developer. So, in your
So, pwede
situation,
pala yun.
if it runs for 3 years, still, if there's no written notice or a formal notice, the requirements of the law has not yet been complied. So, siguro in your situation, you can make habol with the developer to move to request for the refund or the cancellation of the contract.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
there's no blockade, right?
I would like to relate that situation wherein you were being misled by the seller, the owner, the developer. One of the important points that a new buyer should consider is that, of course, with the assistance of a real estate licensed salesperson or a broker, is that you should make your own due diligence on whether this developer or this owner has a good track record in property development. So, especially for those first-time developers, of course, you don't have any track record yet, but are they certified or accredited by the HLURB? Do they have their registration? Do they have a license to sell?
Okay.
So, or are their brokers licensed or their salesperson licensed, or are they authorized to deal your property? So those are one of those things that you need to consider when dealing with those owners or those property developers as well.
All right.
Attorney, you have a very unique concept on the company that you have started, no? Itong J&J Property and Legal Services. So, how did this business come about? Kasi parang, as Juvy was saying kanina, parang one-stop shop siya. If you're a first-time buyer, kung ako had I known about this, na you have this company, I could have gone to you first before I purchase a property. Kasi you will be telling me na yung mga sinasabi ni Juvy kanina, what you need to know for a first-time buyer, and hindi na ako mangangamba. Diba?
Yes.
Kasi, tama ba yung Tagalog ko, Sani? Kasi, on the legal aspect, nandyan
Hindi ka
din
na
siya.
mas-pilot.
There's
Yes.
somebody who can guide you on what to do. So, how did this company came about?
Yeah,
What was the inspiration behind it?
prior to the establishment of J&J, in my first years of practice, I assisted many home buyers, my personal clients, when it comes to the purchase of property. So at some point, I participated in preparing the document, like the contract to sell, the deed of absolute sale. I assisted them during the signing of those contracts. I advised them on what to do next when it comes to the payment of the taxes, the fees, the government fees. So over time, I accumulated the legal knowledge and the experience when it comes to those things, because some of those real estate or property concerns are intimately connected with the practice of law, which is the preparation and the drafting of documents, and of course, what happens if one of the parties renege on their contract. So, of course, the lawyer will always come in when it comes to legal disputes. So, when I met Juvy, and she was already in the sales and marketing profession or in the field, we decided to pool our resources, our knowledge, to help each other out, because some of her clients from the company or from her company and from DNJ, they were asking questions that, of course, that would lead them to to me, and they were asking legal questions. So during the pandemic, when we had a lot of time in our hands, because we were just staying at home, and she went back to the province, and she also had online job there. We were thinking that maybe we can establish a company wherein we will be offering these services, a one-stop shop wherein we are helping not only home buyers, but any person who wish to avail of our services. So it's like that, a one-stop shop. We can assist you in the business organization processing, of course, the buying of property, of course, legal consultations, court litigations. We can do that. So that's the concept of GNJ.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a very good idea, no? Putting both of your expertise together, na interrelated naman anyway,
Yes.
diba? So congratulations on that. Very interesting business concept, and you have years of experience now to be able to have your clients and new clients. So how can people get in contact with J&J?
You can reach us through our Facebook page.
Right.
That is J Property and Legal Services. Or you can shoot us an email through our emails. Jose Marie Legal Box, small letters, at
Right.
yahoo.com.
Right.
And Juvy at Property Legal Services, all small letters, at gmail.com.
Right. So if you have viewers, no, maybe viewers from abroad, and you're interested in purchasing property in Cebu specifically, no, Cebu.
Yes,
City.
we can walk you through that process.
Even
Yeah,
if they're based
very
abroad,
important yan for people who are based abroad who would want to purchase property in the Philippines. Walang makakapag-guide sa kanila, and
right?
that's why maraming, sad to say, maraming naloloko just because
Yes.
they were not able to meet with the right person or the right people who can supposed to be help them purchase a property.
True.
Okay, what a very informative night, no? So there are so many things that you can still ask our guests, no? Attorney Niñal and Ma'am Juvy. Thank you very much for your time here tonight. No? It was a pleasure and honor to have you here, no? And to inform our viewers, no, on the things that they need to know when they're a first-time home buyer.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Ang dami ko pang questions, but kinukulang tayo ng oras. So, pag, mga legal matters and, these things,
One episode is not enough.
hindi talaga tayo nauubusan. But I'm glad that I've met you. At least meron na kaming mapagtanungan. Tsaka, siguro there was a question dito, no, na baka naman daw mahal. So, ano yung mga service fees? More or less range ng service fees?
Of course, when it comes to legal consultations, it's free, of course. You can shoot us an email, and both of us,
that's the best answer.
Your concerns is on the property side. Of course, Juvy will reply to your message, and for the legal side, I'll be the one to personally address that. So when it comes to service fees, charges, I assure you that it's a reasonable rate.
Wow,
All
wow.
right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so
Again,
much.
maraming salamat, Juvy and Attorney
Yes,
Niñal.
Thank you so much
Um,
for having
so
us.
much.
yes, we hope that we can have you back for more topics
Hopefully,
about real
hopefully.
property
About real
and your
property.
company.
Thank you.
All right. So, maraming salamat to Attorney JM
JM.
and Ma'am Juvy, no, for being with us today. Marami pang mga tanong, pero as we said, no, we have very limited time. What's very interesting to me, what Ma'am Juvy said was something like always deal with a licensed real estate agent, no, because I think they're the best person to be able to show you a path, no, to show you the right way and the right path, no, in
Mhm.
achieving your dream of your first home. Kasi
Yeah,
tayo
yung
mga sige, tayo kasi mga
sa
Pinoy.
akin naman,
Go
yes,
ahead.
yes. Ang sa akin naman, yung takeaway ko today is that very simple.
Hmm.
Know what you will be into.
Get
'Di
into,
ba? So,
right? Oo.
yun lang talaga. Kasi
Hmm.
pag hindi mo alam kung ano yung papasukan mo, wala
Hmm.
kang mga preparations,
You don't have the
then
preparation.
everything
Hmm.
will be sayang, no? Kasi hindi mo siya mapanindigan.
Yeah, baka naman yung pangarap mo maging nightmare, di ba, when the time
Yeah.
comes. Di ba? And we don't want that. And I think that's where where the licensed real estate agent will come in, because they
Mhm.
can not to scare you, no, na kaniyang mong bayaran, this is what you need to pay, this is what you need to pay, this is what you nga na ba, no, later on, but rather they can show you a path, no,
Mhm.
to be able to achieve that lifelong dream of yours, no, of owning your first home.
Yep.
And with that, thank you so much for this time, Heidi. Very informative night. It's a very
Yeah, and don't
informative night.
forget the TNC anniversary on May 15. That's gonna
Right.
be a 24-hour showcase, no?
Excited for
Um
that.
very excited for that, and we hope that you will be with us on that special day.
Right. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. Always remember that financial freedom
Is in your
is in your
hands.
hands. Good night.